What is up? I'm Jared Welch. He's Aaron Halterman. This is Blinkers Off. And look at this. I mean, we got the crew. I'm not live from Saratoga, but I see three little fuckers who are. What's up, boys?
Listen, we got a cast of characters tonight, Jared. A cast of characters, right? Slim?
Saratoga Slim.
Right? You know that for sure.
Saratoga Slim, of course, Vinny from Real Dynasty. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Man, Halterman, did you just go around the streets looking for people that wanted to be on tonight's show or what?
Listen, I recruited people. I had some dinner with Maggie Wolfendale. She said, I'm not coming on that show. And then I had some dinner with some other people. They said, no. But these boys right here, they said, sure, I'll come on this show, this shitty show of yours. No problem. So we're here. We're ready. We're pumped. We had a great opening day. I mean, listen, it doesn't get any better than being here at Saratoga. It's great.
Slim, how does it feel to see Halterman? And by the way, you're going back to the track tomorrow for the first time in a while, so you've got to be pumped, right?
It's exciting to have Saratoga back and be back with this guy. The last time I saw both you guys, Tax won. Tax won the Jim Dandy that
Oh, my
day.
God.
That's the last time I saw Aaron Halterman.
I still think Tax won.
Seeing him today, being back with my man. Tax beat Tacitus. It's a Jim Dandy. That's the last time I saw you guys. I gave Jared a hug, told me you love me, and that was it. And I didn't see him for 2 years, but I will see you soon, right, buddy?
Yeah, I'll be back for the Whitney and of course the Travers.
Okay.
So we'll find a way to see each other. But who would have thought? You know, you got Tax on one side, you got Tacitus, the number one fanboy of Tacitus over there on the other side. Of course, Tacitus got beat by Tax. That's what it takes.
You fell out of the gate.
That's what
He always falls out of the
That's what
gate.
set off the whole pandemic. That race. It was the 2 days. That was the worst race ever. And then they were like, COVID came, and that was it.
Just would imagine if Tacitus would have won. Shit, it knows what would happen.
There's some reality where he's never lost.
Yeah, somewhere Tacitus is the number one horse in the world. But just not in this reality.
Not this world.
Saratoga, you, Vinny, and Halterman, you guys were there today. How was it being back at the track? And of course, full capacity is back. And if Saratoga's, it's obviously last year it happened, but it didn't really feel like it happened. So, Vinny, you're from there. What was it like for to be back in kind of a semi-normal situation?
It was awesome. It was awesome. First time I've seen live racing since the Haskell last year, so
Wow.
it was really cool being back.
Halterman, how many White Claws did you have while you were there?
Oh, a few 100,000 for sure. Yeah, I mean, we had a hell of a time. I saw Vinny. We were chilling out. We did a seminar today at the Trackside Grill. That was a lot of fun. And then I saw Nick, and Nick had like this banana, like shirts with bananas all over him. The other half of Real Dynasty. He said, "Look, man, I'm not taking it real serious today. Let's just get effed up." I said, "Cool," and so we did. So it was a lot of fun. Well, listen, it was just a party. Being back, it was so great. I mean, I was just so happy to walk through those doors again. And listen, I mean, if you're like me, 2020, it was almost hard to watch Saratoga because it was just sad because nobody was there and you couldn't be there, and none of us could.
Sad.
And to be back today was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it was just great being here. This town is so cool. If you've never been here, this is just such a unique place. So you need to come.
I'll tell you what, I sat in my house alone, with my dog, and I chanted with everybody when they went off on the first race. They're all, and I mean, I was just so pumped. I didn't miss a race all day. Yeah, it was a little sad, right? But hey, look, I'm in the new house.
Yeah.
So that's why I couldn't go. I'm kind of in the middle of that process. So, but I am no longer in the parents' basement. So that's a win, right?
Yeah. I think it's a
that's
win.
it. That's it. Okay.
It's stuff.
A little more expensive in the parents' basement.
Solid give and take there, Halterman. All right, so we've got the Haskell to talk about. Obviously, Saratoga's back, but of course the Haskell is huge this weekend. That's the main event of today's podcast. Of course, winning you're in for the Breeders' Cup Classic. We've got some really good 3-year-olds in that one, including Hot Rod Charlie and Mandaloon, who it's funny. At one point, we thought Rombauer was going to be in this race. So you had the winner, quote unquote, winner of the Kentucky Derby, soon to be, I guess, maybe, who knows? Bob Baffert's allowed to deny her again, so who knows? But the soon to be winner with Mandaloon of the Kentucky Derby, you had Ron Bauer, of course, and then you had Hot Rod Charlie, who ran probably a winning race. Not probably, he did run a winning race in the Belmont. So really good 3-year-olds, kind of the best we have to offer right now, other than Essential Quality. But we have that, and of course, Saratoga. Del Mar kicks off. This is like, what a time to be alive, boys. I mean, Del Mar, Saratoga, the Haskell. Golly, I mean, to me, and for us in racing, doesn't it feel like summer really doesn't begin until Saratoga begins?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, best thing I saw today, Saratoga and these guys. Come on. I mean, summer is here, brother, right? I've been listening. Ricky and I went to Indiana Grand last week. That was cool, but that ain't shit compared to this. This is where it's at. You get 28 of our closest friends today. It was great, man.
Yeah, it's definitely feels like, even though it's mid-July, it definitely feels like summer doesn't begin. Really until, and I don't think we need to waste any time with the best thing we saw, because I think we all can agree what the best thing we saw today. It's the fact it's got to be the same for you guys all being there, and just the fact that we're back with Saratoga and Del Mar, and of course the Haskell this weekend. It's easily the best thing, because we're in that stretch now of summer racing that's really going to carry us into the Breeders' Cup.
Oh yeah, we definitely are. I mean, the Haskell Breeders' Cup winning in for the Classic, and a deserving race for it. I mean, Hot Rod Charlie, obviously a lot of hype, but we got some sleepers in there as well. I think the Haskell is a sneaky good race. I think overall that Monmouth card, it's not like, wow, this is the greatest card I've ever seen, but it's not terrible either. There's some decent betting races. But Saratoga, the Diana, we're going to talk about it. It is loaded. We got a 12-horse stakes race for 2-year-olds in the Sanford. If you can't get excited this time of year, you probably need to have a different sport, right? Like, you shouldn't follow horse racing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're in this time of the year and you're like, I can't, you're not looking forward to like what's happening right now, then you need to either broaden your horizons, go make a trip to Del Mar, go make a trip to Saratoga, or get the fuck out of the game. Because I mean, come on. Halterman and I will be at Del Mar and Saratoga in the next couple months. What's that?
No. What did you say? You paused. What did you say?
Oh, I think your internet's
it's not great.
Some difficulties over there.
Yeah.
all I heard was the crack.
Yeah, brother, come on. It's a helltale.
All I heard was the crack of the White Claw.
Oh yeah, well
I think that explains it. All right, let's just get into today's show. All right, today's show, we will preview the $1 million TVG.com Haskell Stakes at Monmouth Park and Breeders' Cup winning in for the Longines Classic. And of course, we'll give rapid fire selections as well for the remaining stakes action this weekend at Del Mar, Monmouth Park, and Saratoga. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let there be lights.
I think that looks a little better.
It's so much better.
Look a little better, right? We got.
It doesn't look like 3 guys sitting in a dark room anymore.
I'm just trying to.
We had a little circuit trick going on, but not anymore.
I'm just trying to look good.
Why is Halterman's pants down his ankles?
That's all Mark can see right now.
What's up, brother?
I like that. Upgraded to the guest room. All right, good stuff.
Oh,
got
man.
our tax credits because of tax. I like that. Stimulus checks because of tax. I like that.
You know what's really sad about this situation we're in? Maybe not you so much, Vinny, but me and some of the other guys that are staying here. Beautiful women are here. Ain't nobody getting any action.
Oh man.
Maybe Vinny tonight.
My wife's at home waiting for me, so.
Oh, really?
She won't be up at 1 o'clock when I go home.
I really hope she's watching right now.
She actually might.
Kate!
I don't know if she saw me on.
Oh, shit. All right.
Okay.
Let's do it. Haskell, and then we'll do some rapid fire. 3, 2,
Let's do it.
1. All right, the main event on Saturday at Monmouth Park, race 12, the TVG.com Haskell Stakes, grade 1, worth $1 million for 3-year-olds going a mile and 1/8. This is a Breeders' Cup winning in for the Longines Classic field of 7. Lines up here, 6-5, morning line favorite, number 4, Hot Rod Charlie, your Belmont Stakes runner-up. Of course, Essential Quality, ran a massive race that day, just got beat. Mandaloon, number 3, your quote-unquote Kentucky Derby winner. Number 3, 2-1. You got 3-1 on Following C for now with Todd Pletcher, once trained by Bob Baffert. Can this horse stretch out? We'll find out. And Midnight Bourbon, the horse that seemed like a winner in the Preakness, but wasn't to be at 9-2, the number 6 horse. Guys, what do you think of this field? I mean, for me, like I said on the opener, other than essential quality, you've kind of got what you want as far as trying to decide on what 3-year-old is kind of that horse that can compete in the classic division with these older layers.
I don't know about you guys. It kind of feels like Hot Rod Charlie. It's his race to lose. Like I think he should kind of roll if he shows up with kind of that Belmont type of effort. I think a cutback in distance. Oh, I mean, a mile and 1/8. It's not like that's a short race, but it is compared to the Belmont, I guess. I think that's kind of not what he needs, so to speak, but just like that's going to suit him pretty well. I think he's going to be tough. I mean, Hot Rod Charlie. I know it's a boring pick, 6-5. I think he'll be tough. You know what? I'll let you guys go first. I have a sneaky horse, but I'll let you guys go first with like who you guys like. Go ahead, Ben.
I mean, I agree with you on Hot Rod Charlie. I think he's going to be. I think he's just the best horse in this race. Okay, so I'm going to play him on top and just hope Mandaloon doesn't come in second.
Yeah,
that's how I'm going to play it.
Yeah, I don't like Mandaloon's last race over this track. I mean, to barely beat Wyburn. And Wyburn's not much of a horse. I'm gonna play against Mandaloon just because of that, and try to get Following C in the number. I know he's by Run Happy, but I know on Haskell Day they soup that track up. It's gonna be fast. He's gonna be on the lead, especially leaving from the post. And I think Hot Rod Charlie would probably track him down late, or probably mid stretch. But I think he'll hold on for second. So that's kind of the way I want to play it. Maybe Following C somehow finds that way. I mean, if you take a look at the Brisnet speed figures, Hot Rod Charlie ran one of the greatest races, to lose the Belmont Stakes that people are saying, and he got a 110 Brisnet. Following C for his last race, first time with Todd Pletcher, got a 108. So those are the Brisnet numbers. So 110, 108. So I don't know if you could get this mile and 1/8 Following C. I think the track will carry him for a while. But I want to get him in the number. I know he's only 3-1, but at least get Mandaloon out of there.
He's an interesting one. Following C is definitely the interesting one of this field because you just don't know what he is. And also, he's bred really well, but, Run Happy is obviously not known to produce, distance horses. He himself wasn't much of a distance horse, but obviously very good sprinting. This horse has got sprinting on both the top and the bottom, but the fact that Todd Pletcher now has decided to enter him here. He's dangerous, and I think if you can, you have to use him. But you're a pace guy, Slim, so tell me, what you think is going to happen. Obviously, Hot Rod, he went out and set the pace in the Belmont Stakes. He did that in the Louisiana Derby. He tracked in the Kentucky Derby. Blinkers off for him here. First time he's done that since he ran a maiden special weight on the turf. So what do you make of that decision? And also the fact that Following C, drawing the rail, he's going to be very quick. Midnight Bourbon likes to be very forwardly placed. And Mandaloon as well can be somewhat forwardly placed. So lots of speed. Is Hot Rod going to sit off of it, you think, here with the blinkers off?
Yeah, I think he has to. I think there's just too much speed on the inside with Following C leaving from the rail. So he doesn't need the lead. There was really no speed in the Belmont Stakes, so he just took the lead. Just the same thing like in the Louisiana Derby. So I think he's going to be fine sitting off the pace, Hot Rod.
Yeah, to me, he's not. Pratt made that decision in the Belmont. It's like, hey, I'm going to go because no one else is going to go, so I'm going to go and try to take this. He ran very well in the Kentucky Derby, sitting off of it. Halterman, do you think? Hot Rod Charlie has not been a favorite. Gosh, I think it was since that race that I just mentioned, that maiden special weight. So, how much do you trust him at 6-5? I get that he should win. I'm with you. He's my pick, but how much can you trust him at 6-5?
No, I think you can trust him. I don't think it's a trust issue. You look at it, first time out as a 3-year-old, kind of knocking the rust off. Next time out, wins the Louisiana Derby. Next time out, third in the Kentucky Derby. Next time out, second in the Belmont. I mean, come on. Those are good races. The horse has run some really good races back to back. I think you can trust him. I do want to circle back to Following C because I think that is the interesting horse in the race. And it's definitely a horse where we could sit here, Saturday evening or Sunday morning and go, well, what the hell? That horse couldn't get the distance. And it's possible, but he's kind of the unknown. And I think he kind of he is the horse in the race. Like, we kind of know what Mandaloon is. We definitely know what Midnight Bourbon is. Falling Sea's the one. It's like, what if he gets a mile and an eighth pretty decently? What if he gets out on that lead and they kind of overthink it and just let him go out in front and they think he's going to fade? I kind of trust, I guess trust probably isn't the right word with him, but I kind of feel like he's the upsetter here. I don't think Mandaloon can beat Hot Rod Charlie. I really don't. I know Midnight Bourbon can't. I kind of think Following Sea can. This horse has shown some freakish ability.
To me, he's one of two, and it's very wide spectrum. He's like winning this thing with like going away, like super impressive, or he's off the board. Like I just think he might be super freaky, or he just might the distance is going to hit him really hard.
He could be like, I saw it on your Twitter, competitive edge, and that he could be that type, or he could stretch out and be very good.
He could. I personally don't like him at all. I thought this was a very weird spot for them to send him.
Okay, so to your point, and I agree, I thought this was really strange. When a guy like Pletcher does it, it's kind of, to me, and everybody has a different opinion, and nobody's really wrong or right, but this is my opinion, is like, if some dickhead sends him to the Haskell, it's like, well, that's a terrible move. That's not going to work. When it's Todd Pletcher, it's like, well.
I'm just curious with this horse. I'm just curious how much it is Todd, and it's not the ownership.
Is it spendthrift? To me, it's spendthrift a little bit.
You think so?
That's kind of my thing with him, because I believe, if I remember correctly, Competitive Edge had a decent ownership, not as well known as Spendthrift, but his ownership was pretty big too, and they did the same thing. They were like, instead of running in the sprint races, let's go for the Haskell, and then that ruined him. They ran him back in the Allen Jerkins, and he ran like fourth or something like that. I just wonder how much of this is actually Pletcher wanting to send him, or Spendthrift being like, hey, we want to try the Haskell with him.
Yeah.
And
it's very funny. Competitive Edge, Super Saver horse, Run Happy by Super Saver.
Yeah.
That's another connection between these two horses.
It seems very odd too, like given that it's Pletcher, that you would, if you're gonna try him, now granted this is a stretch, but if you're gonna try him like in a big race, it's like, because he's going from maiden special weight, took him 2 to break it, goes to an allowance race, and then goes here. It's like, maybe try something smaller, and then like go to the Travers. Or something.
I just don't know.
What I mean?
I just don't know who would have he's been doing great around one turn. I just don't know who would have lined, especially after his last race, who would have lined up against him in the Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Maybe drain the clock and that's it. I feel like before the meet, I thought he was like the lock to win the Amsterdam and then the Allen Jerkins. I don't see any other sprinter that's as good as him. So even if he doesn't win, I just hope it doesn't ruin him and he comes back okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, to your point, when you commit to the Haskell, you certainly take the Amsterdam off the table.
Uh-huh.
And if you're shitty in the Haskell and you really struggle, coming back in the Jerkins is not going to be quite as easy if you're over here prepping, 2 blocks over to our right now in Amsterdam. So
especially when you're talking about a Haskell that definitely did not come up light in terms of, you've got a horse like Hot Rod Charlie who's going to make you earn it no matter what happens. Obviously Midnight Bourbon and Mandaloon, just classy horses in a sense that Following Sea is definitely, it's not like it's like a weak Classic or a weak Haskell, and
I feel like I'd
step
be more
up there.
And I feel like I'd be more inclined to maybe try him as a long shot if he was 8-1 morning line. He got respect on the morning line at 3-1. I can't imagine he's really going to drift up from that. He seems to be the wise guy horse because, everybody's either either Mandaloon or Hot Rod Charlie. And then the people are like, oh, well, Following Sea can pull off the upset. So, you're going to get 3-1 on a horse that's never gone 2 turns. And he's going, like you said, it's a salty group. At least the top part of the group is pretty salty. I just, for that 3-1, I can't touch him.
No, not a win. Hard.
Let's talk about, I want to ask you guys real quick about the You guys are like on the smallest delay, so I apologize if I walk over you. Slim. I want to get to Dave's question, and you can get back to what you were saying, Slim. But what do you guys like? You can't whip at Monmouth Park, and so what do you? Does that do you have any? Do you go into your handicapping at all as far as change anything, or is that just is what it is? And who's going to be the best non-whipped horse?
No clue what that means.
I think the blinkers coming off of Hot Rod Charlie is a very big tell that he has improved since the Belmont. I don't think they take the blinkers off if he's not like well, on the bottom one I'm good. I don't think they take the blinkers off of him if he's not improved.
Listen, the whip, you can analyze that forever. You're not going to know until they run the race. And guess what? When they run the race, it's not going to matter because you can't predict it. Mandaloon won over this track, and I don't think that can be looked at as a bad thing. It's a good thing. But that doesn't mean that Hot Rod Charlie can't run without being whipped. That doesn't mean that Midnight Bourbon can't run without being whipped. It doesn't mean not Mandaloon. Following seat.
You all got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, Mandaloon won, and that's great, but maybe the others would have won by more. You don't know, and that's just something you're gonna have to deal with. It's just another factor in your handicapping that shouldn't have to be factored in. That unfortunately has to because of this sport has just stupid ass rules.
All right, final picks here, real quick. I do think that the winner of this race, barring the crazy, picking time winning it or something, is like legit contender for the Classic because I definitely feel like we have a pretty good 3-year-old group. Hot Rod to me, like Halterman said, like it's his race to lose. I think he's a legit Classic contender. He needs to win here, right? He needs to win the Classic win and you're in. So I think Hot Rod, Mandaloon, those, following C, obviously, if you were to win, become very legit Breeders' Cup Classic contenders. And this is not just like, well, they won this race and they can't face the olders. Like, no, I think they can. So final picks. My pick is Hot Rod Charlie. Slim, who you got?
Following C. Let's go for it.
Listen, I don't have the balls that Slim has, obviously, but I will go
clearly
Hot Rod Charlie.
Vinny, what you got?
Yeah, I'll stick with Hot Rod Charlie.
All right. 3 Hot Rods and 1 following C.
I'm not going to pick a favorite tonight. That's my goal.
All right, we're going to hold you to that. That's the picks for the Haskell Stakes on Saturday.
Oh, shit.
A guy named Curtis wrote, John Wright wrote in his column today about an insider who thinks Following C has potential to be something special. That's why I picked him, because of Curtis's...
You're going to trust Curtis?
Who is
I've
never heard of this person.
Will the winner of the Haskell win the Travers? No, never happens.
No. Well,
Steve,
the last time it happened was
Steve.
Point Given. Point Given was the last horse to hit.
Steve, it ain't happening.
And then after Point Given, Baffert said
even Pharaoh couldn't do it, right?
Not even Pharaoh.
Yeah, not even Pharaoh.
After Point Given, because Point Given got hurt during the Travers. Baffert said he would never bring another horse here, and then it took a long time. It took a long time for him to bring another horse here.
And now
he was so mad that he blamed the grounds crew that Point Given got his career-ending injury.
But now he's not welcome here. So.
Yep, now he's not welcome here.
Well, who knows? There was an overturn of that. So.
Yeah, I still would. I think maybe Gamine comes, and that's it.
Well, hopefully not.
I hope
not. I hope Medina Spirit comes. It's gonna be awesome.
He hasn't worked. He hasn't worked.
Medina Spirit will never see Medina Spirit again.
Showing up for the Travers, Medina Spirit.
He hasn't worked.
He hasn't worked. Just throw him out there. Juice him up. He'll fail every test. It'll be amazing.
What are you guys doing with with Bob? I know how Halterman feels about it, but like, where do you guys, as far as Bob at Del Mar? Obviously, we're going to talk about Del Mar a little bit here. What do you just? I mean, how do you bypass your own thoughts and try
an track that has him?
Yeah,
but now I downloaded these Del Mar PP. So
that's how I feel. I'm not playing tracks that he's running at.
So what if he enters one at the spot?
If he runs at Saratoga, I'll hope he loses. But I really have been trying to not play sequences with him. Horses.
We met some. Ricky and I met a few people. Well, I don't want to give the name out because I don't know that this person wants to talk about his like thoughts on drug trainers that drug horses, but it's tough because morally you don't want to play those kind of guys. But if Gamine comes here, you can't. What are you gonna do? Leave him on pick 5? Like you can't really do it. So
on Travers Day,
yeah, I mean
the ballerina.
Yeah, so it really handcuffs you.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you can wish that, you can hope against or, root against him or whatever. But at the same time, I mean, if you want to cash a ticket and Gamine comes.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you guys are seeing, can the Haskell winner see, didn't Authentic, never mind, Dave Barista said. And yeah, right. Authentic won the Haskell and then won the Classic. Yeah. So it happened last year. Can it happen again this year? Possibly.
I just want to mentally prepare everybody for Bob winning the Classic because that's going to happen. Like that just will happen.
I just don't know who he has left.
Yeah,
that's my thing. They took all of his. They took his good horses from him. Besides Gamine,
put Gamine in the Classic.
That would be something.
He told her. Hey, he said last time he wanted to stretch her out next. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Whatever. You might be looking at those the older female division. Well, I wouldn't want to go against Truska, but
no.
All right, let's do a little rapid fire. We're gonna do some rapid fire at Del Mar. We talked about Monmouth and of course Saratoga. So hang tight, and it's gonna be a big one, right, Slim?
That guy who died, Billy Fusillo, it's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
The local Albany commercials. R.I.P.
I don't know.
Billy Fusillo. I don't know if I
got it. I got the joke.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Time for rapid fire presented by the Inside Track to the 2021 Haskell Stakes. Get the all-inclusive 13-page wagering guide to the 2021 Haskell Stakes this Saturday at Monmouth Park. Includes in-depth analysis of all 6 stakes on the card, including, of course, the $1 million Haskell Stakes that Breeders' Cup winner in for the Longines Classic. But Saratoga's running. We're not going to not have coverage for Saratoga. So included in that as well, in those 6, you'll get 8 stakes races, including the Diana and the Sanford on Saturday at Saratoga as well. So 8 races total. You'll have everything you need for Monmouth and, of course, those 2 big stakes at Saratoga. Go get it right now at racedudes.com on the products page. If you're a subscriber, you'll get it for free. All right, today, if you're listening to this on Friday today or tomorrow, if you're listening to us live, the Run Happy Oceanside Stakes. Let's go to Del Mar. What do you say? You guys want to go to Del Mar? Let's go to race 9 on Saturday or on Friday. The Run Happy Oceanside Stakes for 3-year-olds going 1 mile on the turf. A nice little field here. I mean, I included it. Most of the time you would not use one of these, but it's opening day. The Oceanside is just, it's always, they always run it on opening. So you got to run 10 horses 12 horses will run here. It's Dream Shake. We talked about some of those, the 3-year-olds earlier. Dream Shake made his case on the dirt. It tried. He didn't. Now he's on the turf. What do you guys think of this one?
Yeah, I don't like Dream Shake very well. First time out on the turf and a horse that's struggled to win races. And I understand this is a little bit of a class drop, but I don't like Dream Shake all that well. I actually like an 8-1 shot. I like number 1 Harbored Memories in this spot. This is a horse that's won 2 races in a row. One of those races going 6.5 at Santa Anita. I know we got to stretch out to a mile here. I don't know. I like that 8-1 price. I think these connections are sneaky at Del Mar. Pipey wins about 14% here over the last year. Maybe not the greatest rider of all time, but has won 2 straight on this horse. So I think Valvilla gets the job done. I'm going to go number 1 Harvard Memories at 8-1. I kind of like that horse.
Dude, we're on the same page. That's surprising. I know, right? 8-1. I saw. This is a tough one because I looked at Crew Dragon a little bit, which is interesting. First time with Sadler. But I'm with you. I think Harbour Memories is going to go out there and try to run. I mean, draws the rail, shows a lot of speed. I think this horse is going to try to get brave on the front end. I just don't see a lot of good horses that can really run him down. And I think this horse, the buyers show that this horse is competitive with the rest of this field. And, he deserves. I mean, look at the way he's been running. This horse has never been worse than second, including 2 back-to-back wins. The last 2 on turf. This horse on turf in 3 starts on turf has won twice with 1 second. So this horse is very good on the turf, and I like the price here. So I like the 1 Harbored Memories. What do you other guys think?
I'm in. Count me in. He's the reliever from the rail. He's an EP8. He should get the lead from the rail, and I think he'll take him gate to wire. Harbored Memories, I'm in. I like What Makes Sammy Run. He's the favorite, but he's leaving from the 13 post. I'm going to stay off of him, and I'm sticking with you guys with the pace here. Harbored Memories for me.
Wow. Can we make it 4 for 4, Vinny?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not really look at Del Mar, so I'm just going to. I'm just gonna nod along on. I'm gonna nod
4
along.
for 4. We're gonna say 4 for 4. Vinny is all in on number 1. Harbored Memories. You heard it here.
Yeah, and now to be fair to Vinny, if you live up here, you're not looking at Del Mar.
Yeah, you don't
give a shit about Del Mar.
I downloaded the PPs, and I didn't want to pick the favorite because of the post. And then I didn't want to pick Dream Shake because he's a slug. And then you guys said that, and I saw he was the best speed in the race, early speed in the race. He's leaving from the rail. He's going to get out. Boom, I'm in.
Have to get what?
Yeah, at least like that, Slim. You know, in a field that you don't know a lot, there's a lot of question marks in the field. At least with him, it's like, I don't want to get. Can he go the whole way? Will he last? Will he get caught? Maybe. But you know he's going to give it a go, and that's my favorite kind of horse in a field like this. So hopefully we get anywhere in the ballpark of 8-1. We're all on, and Vinny, most importantly, is on number 1, Harbored Memories.
Yes, I do.
Remind me, that race is at 9 p.m. tomorrow night on the East Coast. So
Lord.
Remind me, I'm going to be in half in the bag. So just remind me to put $10 to win on that horse at 8-1.
Okay, I'll remind you, Slim.
Oh boy.
Remind me, please.
All right, Vinny, let's be more up your alley here. Let's do some Forbidden Apple. 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to the Spall Race 9 Forbidden Apple Stakes, Grade 3 on Friday. Worth $150K for 4-year-olds and up, going 1 mile on the turf. Field of 10 in here for this one. Interesting what you guys thought of this one, because I can make a case for a lot of them. And, of course, there's several Chad Browns in here as well, so that makes it, clear why you would have to make a case for a few of them. But 5-2 on number 3, Value Proposition for Chad Brown. Delaware for Chad Brown at 6-1. And Sacred Life. I'm going to speak for Halterman here at 3-1 and say, I hate this horse. So if you want to pick him, Halterman, go for it. But he burned me so bad last time. I'm done with that idiot.
No, I'm rooting for him to lose that race. I'm not picking him. Vinny, kick us off here.
I really think it's Chad Brown's race to lose. His horses did not run. The one in the last race ran all right, but his horses didn't really run that great today. But in looking at this, the only horse I thought that honestly could beat them he beat the Chads is Therapist. Therapist just loves running 1 mile, and he runs the same race every time. So that was the only horse outside of the 3 Chads I thought even had a chance. Value Proposition's been running very well. So I hate to pick chalk, but I think it's really between you take the 3 Chads and you move on.
Yeah, I'm with you. I put Value Proposition on top. I just think you can trust that horse a little bit more. Kind of going back to what you said, can you trust Hot Rod Charlie and the Haskell? I think you can trust Value Proposition the most in this race because he's just a very consistent horse. I'm with Vinny though. One of these 3 Chads are probably going to win. Something interesting that we saw today, twice on the turf here, the horse on the inside rallies up strong to win. I wonder if that's something that might happen, throughout the weekend, or if it was just an anomaly today, because that was odd. Todd Pletcher had a horse that looked home free, got beat by a horse that rallied up the rail. Chad Brown had a horse that I wouldn't say he looked home free, but the horse looked like he was going to win and got rallied up on the rail and got beat. So that may be something to look for, but maybe not as well. But anyway, Value Proposition is certainly the horse I think you can trust the most. Go ahead, Slim.
I said I'm not picking a favorite, so I'll pick Sacred Life. All right, because he's the second choice. And why not? It's going to be one of the Chads. I'll be playing all the Chads on my ticket, and I'll probably throw a Therapist in there, and I'm going to throw a horse in there. They shooting. Oh, made you look. That's my horse. That's the nice song. So made you look was in this one.
I've lost so much money.
He's 20-1. He hasn't raced in 253 days, but I just had to say major look. That's my horse.
I've lost so much money.
Listen, if he hadn't
I can't
raced,
believe he's still racing.
if he hadn't raced in 252, I'd be worried. But 253, just right for this horse. Look out.
Sacred Life will do exactly. I can already tell you, you don't have to watch the race, Slim, if you don't want to. Sacred Life will make a little bit of a run and finish like third or fourth.
All right, I'll use him underneath.
Horse just always finds trouble.
He does.
He'll be behind horses until the last like 100 yards, and then he'll just miss.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take a Chad Brown too, and take one that none of you guys did, and I will do Delaware because I just think this horse has value. And I love the fact that you see Jose Ortiz jump aboard here. So obviously it's going to be a jockey upgrade. No, nothing against Franco, but yeah, I mean, you get Jose Ortiz to ride. This is a horse that has shown a lot of ability. It's just, like you say, needs to make a move up, but obviously being a Franco, out of a course of a Galileo or by a Galileo, RIP, but you got that angle and you get the value. This horse has been pretty good this year. Just needs a little bit of racing luck, and I think he's got the ability. You get Jose. The pace is going to set up a little bit stronger for this horse. I think there's some early speed. I like number 7, Delaware.
Michael Myers says no value in picking a loser. I don't know who that was directed at, but he's right.
A short price beats a long face.
Delaware is like a
Rinaldi is 9-2. Someone likes him. He's the pace.
I have breaking news.
Yeah.
Judy the Booty will be at Saratoga tomorrow.
That is breaking news. Michael Myers. Oh, the 7, Michael. Well, all right. Well, if you don't like him, that gives me more confidence that
I just feel like if you're using the other, like Chad's just one of those trainers. Like if he's got multiple in the race, like you just got to use them because you never know which one is going to win.
Jose ain't jumping on him for shits and giggles.
I love when Jose rides for Chad. I usually play it because I feel like they do pretty good together.
Yeah, I agree. What's next? Let's go to Saturday at Saratoga.
The women are getting feisty over there.
Yeah, they're having a blast.
They're having some fun. No.
All right, let's go to Saturday at Saratoga, race 9, the Sanford Stakes, grade 3 with 150K for 2-year-olds, going 6 furlongs. And earlier, I think it was off air. You guys said, I think it was Ricky maybe said, if you got to see one horse, it's this number 1, Wit at 8-5, Todd Pletcher, Irad Ortiz. Really nice 2-year-old, looking 2-year-old on debut. Is this the horse to beat here, or are you guys going to try to beat?
I think Wit is the horse to beat, but I am going to try to take a small shot against as far as betting a win because I do think Wit is going to take a ton of money. And again, if you want to bet Wit, I'm not going to really talk you off that horse. Looked very good. One of the few 2-year-olds that this time of year that was like off the lead and still won, and well off the lead, closed. A lot of times these races are won by horses that just get out in front and hold on. That being said, though, I am going to take a small shot with the number 9 headline report for Wesley Ward. I think this horse, on debut looked very, very good. And if you read the press release that Naira sent out, they had some quotes from Wesley Ward. And I really think he's one of the trainers, I'll say one of the few that really kind of tips their hand. He really likes this horse. When he likes one, he will actually say it, or a lot of people, or a lot of trainers, I should say, won't. But Wesley was like, listen, we're very, very high on him. We have a lot of big plans for him. I think he's going to run well here.
That who his sire was?
Yeah, but the couple with who's the sire?
Formerly.
So shout out to the Magic Mike show because my boy
You're so
Magic
full of
is
shit.
talking about
You're so
Gormley.
full of shit, Ultimate.
I saw Gormley when I was at Delmar in 2017. We walked up to him. Gormley stands for 5 $5,000. This horse headline report sold for $550,000, which is 110 times, right? Right? That's what Magic said on the Magic.
Hey, you're the smartest guy in the room, Slim. This is on you, okay?
Oh,
that's what he said, Magic. This is on Magic. This is the math he gave out on his.
Oh boy.
Listen,
so
Gormley is a piece of shit. He was on the racetrack, but listen, this horse is good. I think this horse is really good. If you want to play Wit, that's great, but I think Headline Report is a logical alternative.
Hey, by the way, Wesley Ward, shout out to Golden Pal today. Holy shit.
Ooh.
Holy shit. Okay, that horse was something special. That horse, I tweeted it out right after the race. Like, that legit is probably one of the better horses in training right now. I mean, given that I know he's a sprinter, but that horse is fucking fast.
He flew the plane. Like, that is the definition of flying the plane. He flew the plane. That was unbelievable.
Off the layoff.
Woo! Yeah.
Off the layoff.
In the corner, I looked at Ricky. I said, BDR, this thing is over.
Yep.
Yeah, and put up just, what was it, 21 and 44, something crazy. Yeah. So just absolutely flew. And when Wesley Ward has one like that, Halterman, of course, that was one of our big bets at the Breeders' Cup. And from the start of that race, I was like, it's over. Like that, they're not going to catch this horse. And I didn't like. He's one of those horses. You see the fractions, and you're like, I don't care. Like they're not going to catch that horse.
Yeah, Ricky and I did the seminar, and I said, you're going to know in 2 jumps if this horse is going to win today, because if he gets out to the lead, it's over. And
he did.
Yeah, he did. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. All right, what do you guys got in this race, Slim?
I'll go with Headline Report. I'm not picking favorites, I said, so I think Wait is a good horse here, but I'll go with the Headline Report. It seemed Wesley Ward is, high on this horse, and he won big today, so maybe he'll keep it going. So I'll check him out. And the Magic Mike show was talking about this Ottoman Empire, 10-1. And he's, what's the guy on the television? The trainer.
Tom Amos.
Amos. Down with Amos. So maybe
he had a nice
throw him
today.
in the try.
Yeah, real nice horse
this is a crazy race, right? The Sanford never gets 12 horses. Something crazy has to happen. So, I'll try to play a trifecta with the 2 favorites and try to get Ottoman Empire in there somehow. And, even if it comes with the top 2 on top of Ottoman Empire in third, and you have it a few times, it'll pay with a 12-horse field. So you got to try to do something underneath here with this race with 2-year-olds. Anything can happen.
Get it, Vinny.
I like Wit and Ottoman Empire, honestly. Those were my 2. So I think
Headline Report?
I will not play a Gormley.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I've
been waiting. If Wit wasn't sired by Practical Joke, I probably would try to beat him in a 12-horse field. But between him and Gunrunner, I think they're going to be great sires for the next 10 plus
good
years.
Gunrunner horse today too.
Yeah, I've been waiting for the Practical Joke.
Was awesome.
I've been waiting for the Practical Joke horses and the Gunrunner horses, and I mean, so far they have not disappointed really. So
no,
I'll stick with Wit until he proves me wrong.
Mohaymen has a horse in this race. Oh my God!
Mohaymen with the small feet, brother. With the small feet.
He didn't like Saratoga.
No, Mohaymen didn't like
He's
Saratoga.
50-1.
With the small feet.
I think Wit is a free square. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
really? You think he's a free square?
But he's a closer in this.
Wow.
He missed the
closer. He
missed
missed the break on his start, and he ran like 60. He beat him by. He should have.
Around the turn,
you're right.
Around the turn, he looked to beat, and then they straightened out when he already had the lead. And it was like, oh, that's impressive.
I guess my thing is a free square. I feel like I don't know if it's a free square.
But a 12-horse race with 2-year-olds, you joking?
I think I saw a tweet earlier. I forget who tweeted it, but if all 12 stay, it's going to be the largest. It's going to be the largest Stanford since a Fleet Alex one.
Wow.
That's
2003.
So no matter what you got to watch this race, even if you're not betting this, because like you say, I mean, it's a huge field, a lot of potential of horses that could be, obviously, Triple Crown type horses next year being 2-year-olds. And of course, this kicks things off for their Saratoga meets. So yeah, you got to watch this race as far as what will be seen hopefully in the next year or two. So all right, let's go to the next one. What's this one?
In this race? Wow, it's crazy. That's funny. Dennis said that. That's great.
Hey, John's our boy. Big fan of the podcast. Big fan of the podcast. John
At Saratoga tomorrow. I have no clue.
Ricky just perked up at the sound.
Ricky
of
was
John
sound
Clark.
asleep because of John Quartz riding?
Wait, what losing horse is that going on? No, I'm dead
John
serious.
Ford is on season tonight for Dallas Stewart. They're going to get
for Willis
wasted
Wharton.
after the race, no matter what happens.
For Willis
Dude, I wouldn't bet that horse with free money. No joke. Like if I found $20 on the street, I would buy like crack before I bought this.
It took John Court to get Ricky on the podcast.
I was gonna say,
"How in the hell I'm coming on the podcast?"
I'm just excited. I'm just glad that Ricky had a shirt on when he entered the screen. That would have been weird.
Yeah.
That
How
would have been
crazy
weird
would that
if
have
he
been?
did.
No shirt, Ricky.
No shirt.
John Court? What?
What happened? Fun fact: Halterman hit on his wife one time and about got beat up at a bar at Hot Springs. But that's it.
That's a true story, everyone.
That's a real story.
I said, "Oh my God, you're Crystal Court,"
And
and
then
it went on from there.
Yeah, that's another story. Another story for another podcast. All right,
Well,
let's
we can
go
tell it
to.
now.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, Crystal Court, I saw her and I said, "Oh, hey, you're Crystal Court," and I hit on her a little bit, and I think John got mad. That's the story.
That's like the very basic version of it. John was wasted, we were wasted, and Crystal was she was fine. And
Crystal was
Halterman,
looking to score.
I can vouch. Halterman was he was being very friendly. There was no. He wasn't MILF hunting, as Steve says. At least not that I know of.
I was, but yeah.
I'm MILF hunting all the time these days. So.
Hey, by the way, they got divorced like 2 weeks later. I'm just saying.
Halterman really broke up a marriage, is what I hear.
I think it's possible. Yeah.
The MILF hunter broke up the marriage.
What do they say on Step Brother? It's like, what if he's got the old lion? What if he sees a young buck or whatever? Remember that? What if she gets a glimpse of the young buck?
My chest froze coming up.
Oh shit, that's funny. Yeah, that was a good time. Good times. All right, let's go to the race 10. Maybe she's at Saratoga. You should find out after we get off here.
Crystal.
You got a number still? Race 10 at Saratoga on Saturday, the Diana Stakes. It's a grade 1 with $500,000 going to 1/8 miles on the turf. And make no mistake about this may not be a Breeders' Cup type race, but you can bet your ass we're going to see some of these horses in the Breeders' Cup. These are two really good races. Stakes races. Should be.
It's
Field
not?
of 8. No, it's not.
What
It should be.
fucking joke
Field of
that
8
is.
lines up for this one, 5-2 on.
On turf.
Are you guys done yet?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. On La Mista, 3-1 on Althea, 4-1 on Summer Romance, 3-1 Harvey's Little Goyle. Pocket Square at 8-1. If you like that horse, Halter and I picked this horse to win last time out. If you want to take another shot, you're getting the price that you would like to see here. Vigilante's Way is a very good horse at 20-1. It's insane. But this is a hell of a field here, and there's no doubt about it. These are Breeders' Cup caliber horses. What do you guys think?
I really think there's only one horse that can beat either of the Charlie Appleby horses.
Who is it?
The 7. I don't know.
La Mista.
For Chad. The fact that Charlie Appleby is just keeping horses here now, and we saw what Aiden O'Brien did at the end of Belmont. Appleby's arguably just as good of a trainer over there as O'Brien is. I would not be shocked if the two Appleby horses went 1-2 again. My only concern is that I can't really trust Franco on the 8, but for Appleby, I'll play it.
Chad Brown has won this race 5 years in a row. He will win at 6 with Pocket Square at 8-1.
She threw out such a dud last race.
Lock it up. I'm not jumping off Pocket Square. I'm back on Pocket Square one more time. We're getting the price we want, 8-1. I get it. You're like, you want to throw up. I think you got to go deep in the multis if you're going to play this race. But if I'm talking about a winner, I'm betting Pocket Square.
I'm gonna Venmo you money for a beer for that horse.
Listen, Halterman. I want to say I first handicapped it and sent to Halterman for the Belmont Stakes Day there, and I was like, I love Pocket Square. He's like, oh, so do I. That's why we end up playing her to win. She can beat me here. I'm off of her now. If she's sitting there at 8-1, I'll be hard pressed not to play her. But I'm on the other Chad Brown. I think Lamista is really fucking good, and this horse. Debuted at Belmont on a good track. Finished second to Harvey's Little Goyle, who just ran a huge race that day. But this horse, Irad's back to ride again. I think this horse, obviously, distance is not a concern. This horse ran overseas very well, going long. So I think Lamista is the horse. I'm with Vinny on this. Like, if there's a horse that's going to beat one of these Appleby horses, to me, it's the number 7.
I'm going with the pace. Summer Romance. Book it.
I love how Slim just like looks at the morning line favorite, just scratches it out, doesn't even look at it, and then after that, he just picks a random angle, and then he's like, "Yeah, that's it."
I didn't really handicap that much, so don't go with anything I say. Honestly, I just betting against.
That's what the people want to hear that are tuning in.
I'm just joking. No, I really, it took a lot for Altica to track down Summer Romance in the Just a Game. I know this is a longer race. It was a mile race, Just a Game. This is a mile and an eighth. But the inner at Saratoga, I've seen a lot of horses get on the lead and just not come back to them. And I just think Summer Romance, she only lost by 3/4 of length to Altica, and you're going to get a better price. I think I'm with Vinny with the 2 Applebee's, possibly going 1-2 again, but flip them this time. So put Summer Romance on top.
Could we go 2 Applebee's, 2 Browns, and move on here?
That's it. In the pick 4, if you really want to cover yourself with a big ticket, you got to use those 4.
Because go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was gonna say, I love his angle because and now listen, Summer Romance got beat by Altica last time out and had the same exact kind of trip and setup. But I'm with him. It's like eventually, if she gets that setup again, Summer Romance is going to be tough to pass.
Yeah.
Well, the one horse you'd leave off in that situation is Harvey's Little Goyle. And are you guys all against this horse?
I feel like I feel like we've already seen her best, and I don't know if her best is good enough to win this race. That's my issue with her. She kind of runs the same race, but I don't know if it's what she runs. Like, I don't know if a 102 buyer is going to win here. I really don't. I think the Applebee's can easily run better than that. It's just a hard horse to trust. I think we've already seen the best of her.
I'm fine with playing against her, but she's the one that that could really piss you off.
Mm-hmm. No doubt, I agree with that. Yeah,
because you can make the case, obviously, that she likes this distance, and obviously she's capable of running a big race. But I'm okay. Like on my multis, I'm okay with it. Like, I can sleep at night if that horse. If I'm using 2 Chad Browns and 2 Applebee's on the turf at Saratoga and I don't get past that leg, I'm like, well, shit, what do you want? So to me, I'm okay with doing it, but she is the one that would make, that would possibly ruin things. But all right, I'm on number 7, Lamista. Halterman, you went with, who were you on?
Pocket Square.
Oh, yeah, Pocket Square. I think we all picked a different horse, didn't we?
I think that speaks. I think yes, and I think that speaks to just how damn good this race is. It is really, really good. You can finish 6th in this race and be a really damn good horse.
Yeah, like I say, it's not a Breeders' Cup winning ran event, but it might as well should be because unless there's 8 horses in the race, and you're probably going to see at least half of them in the Breeders' Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good race.
It's great for the first grade 1 of the meet.
It's worth the price of admission.
Let's see here.
You're gonna walk in the gate and see that race. It's good race.
Now let's go to the biggest race of the day, San Diego.
I haven't even looked at this race. Shit, let me get my phone.
That makes double. That makes 2 of me.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's what I'll make sure I edit that part out of the real podcast.
I'm gonna bring this race up.
The San Diego, is that Saturday at Del Mar?
I think you're gonna pick Rushy, Halterman.
No,
I
Royal
Is it a
Ship.
mile? Is
It's,
the race
it's
of the mile?
Mile on the 16th.
Oh,
mile 60. It's Royal Ship. It's Royal Ship's race to lose. Magic on tap. That's who you can pick.
Let's see.
Does Aaron have a New York accent? No.
Definitely.
No, he does not. He does not, Dennis.
Dennis. You know me. You watch me. You
He
little,
just had a lot of White Claws.
you little pea brain.
He does change his accent a tad whenever he starts drinking. Well, heavily drinking, I should say. If we're in Arkansas, he gets a hick accent. So
Well, sure.
that's a true story.
Tap.
God damn, this
Trained by
race is a
Bob
shit show and a half,
Bradford.
isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
How does Royal Ship lose this race? No, Royal Ship can't lose this race.
He's gonna win. Yeah.
Yeah, he got away from old druggy country grammar. He should be in good shape now.
Now he's got druggy magic on tap.
Oh, hold Magic on tap. That horse hasn't done shit.
He won last time out, didn't he?
Oh, I did win. Yeah, triple in the 7 furlong triple bin. So yeah, I'm stretching out for Baffert. That should be no problem.
No.
Wow.
Dennis,
He'll re-rally mid-stretch. We
Dennis,
already
did you
know.
watch AEW last night? I didn't get to watch it. Don't tell me. I got it recorded, Dennis.
If you did, make sure you tell him who won the main event.
Sheriff Brown is in this race? Oh my God.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Sheriff Brown is?
No.
Wow.
I don't.
Look at you.
You did. Yeah, you did watch AEW. I did not watch AEW.
He watched. You didn't watch it last night?
I have not watched AEW.
Do you have it
I
recorded?
don't know what
No.
the hell you guys are talking about.
You don't watch AEW anymore?
No.
You don't? You got mad at it?
No, I haven't watched wrestling in a while.
Wow.
After
You
what
getting
race
laid?
was that, Halterman? Some race. What was the last time I was over there, Halterman? He made me
Stephen
watch.
Foster Jungle Boy and Kenny Omega. Yeah, that was a good match.
That was an hour.
Did you watch
2
that one?
hours of my life I can't get back.
Yeah. Oh, I Kenny Omega puts on good matches.
He does.
Baffert has never done that.
Done what?
I don't know. Michael Myers has never done
I think
that.
he was saying be sarcastic, like he's being sarcastic. He never has re-rallied.
Oh, I thought maybe he never taken a horse in
Oh.
the triple down to win this race. Maybe. I don't know.
He's like going back and looking at stats. I doubt it.
Yeah.
So, is this really a race that you want to pick from us?
You don't have to. I don't care what you guys do, but it's a race we're covering.
No, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
I'll say
ready.
something funny.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God! He just hurt
So
himself.
Halterman just hit his knee on the edge of the
Oh.
table.
Oh shit!
Do a new, do a new count. He's in a lot of pain. Too many White Claws.
Yeah, I'm surprised he feels it.
I'm feeling like the Monmouth whip rule. My wife is snoring in the other room while I sit here studying PPs and listening to Aaron brag about Cali racing. Ha ha.
Brag about Cali Racing.
Oh,
Are you high right now? Give a fuck about Cali Racing.
Oh God.
It shows too.
Let's get this shit
All right,
over
go
with.
back.
Okay. 3,
Please
2,
make this
1.
season go.
All right. Well, all the action's at Saratoga, and these guys here obviously don't give two shits about what's happening on the West Coast at Del Mar, but some of us do. And Del Mar is running the San Diego Handicap on Saturday, race 10, the Grade 2. We're $250K for 3-year-olds and upwards, going 1 1/16 miles. This seems like a race that's almost an automatic race here for number 4, Royal Ship for Richard Mandela, Mike Smith to ride, Foxfield Farms owned. This horse has been really, really good this year. Of course, the Kilroy Mile scratched that one out of the turf, but since going on the dirt, wins, beats Country Grammar. Then Country Grammar magically beats the horse next time out in the Gold Cup. But it's Mandela's race to lose, in my opinion. Royal Ship seems like a lock. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, gets away from Country Grammar and gets away from the juice. I think that's going to be good for Royal Ship. This horse ran Too Good to Lose last time out. Just a fantastic race. I think this is like a pretty decent older handicap type of horse. I think this horse is coming on. So I will take Royal Ship here. I'm not really excited to watch this race, to be completely honest with everybody. But I do think Royal Ship gets the job done here.
Well, do you think, considering the buyers of these horses, the last 2 efforts being that is Mandela, obviously Fox Hill, like, is this I want to say legit, but is this like a classic type horse? Obviously, especially being at Del Mar.
I think it's going to be interesting because, the Breeders' Cup Classic will be at Del Mar. So if he comes out here and just beats the shit out of some of these horses that aren't that good, then yeah, I think he kind of becomes like that, fourth or fifth ranked type of older horse. Listen, Rushy's not terrible. Express Train is not terrible, I guess. They're not great either. But listen, he should win by a couple lengths. And if he does, and he does what he's supposed to do, I do think he's in the conversation. I don't see how he wouldn't be.
Slim, I know you've been working on this race for the last couple of days. What do you think of this one?
Yeah. I said I wasn't going to pick any. I'm going to pick,
Sheriff Brown.
Sheriff Brown is a half to that horse that won the Sunday Derby. What was that horse's name? He got hurt before the Derby, Kentucky Derby.
Yep.
Forgot the horse's name. Jeez. Someone knows, please put it on the chat.
I'd be shocked if somebody knew this off the top of their head.
He was also trained by Todd Fincher. Anyway, Ghost. Runaway Ghost.
Yes.
He's a half to Runaway Ghost, Sheriff Brown. But I'm not picking Sheriff Brown. And I think Royal
He's
Ship
also a half.
No favorite, Slim.
But he's the favorite. I'll pick Express Train.
He's also a half to my top choice. My top.
I'll pick Express
top
Train. He lost to Royal Ship in the last race.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Tacitus greater than Royal Ship.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's a true.
That's
a true older.
The classic
male.
winner will not.
Tacitus is such a donkey.
Tacitus is training in Saratoga, man.
He would win this race.
Tacitus is here in this town right now.
Yes,
we got to get out of here.
Tacitus will get second in this race. There's no doubt.
They're not bringing that donkey up here to Saratoga. He's
I
at Belmont.
hope they start Tacitus.
Vinny, do you have a pick here, or are you just
Yeah,
saying,
no,
fuck it?
I think I like Express Train. His trip last time out wasn't the greatest. I mean, Royal Ship definitely is the horse to beat, but Express Train was wide that whole journey. I think he's still improving. I don't know. I don't think this field is that great. I would be shocked if any of these horses if any of these horses actually ran in the Classic, let alone finished in the top 4. I don't think this is a deep field at all. But I think Express Train fits here. So I'll hope he gets a little bit better of a trip. I think he was like 4 wide most of the way or 5 wide most of the way last time. If he doesn't do that, he's right there with Royal Ship, I think, and he'll be a better price.
Let's not forget, Express Train seemed like he was going to win the big cap back in March. Of course, Idol ran him down late. Of course, Idol training up to the Classic, which is always a smooth move whenever you win a race in March and train up to the Classic. But yeah, I think it's between the 4 and the 5 here. I like number 4, Royal Ship, best. All right, let's go to Monmouth.
My phone's gonna explode.
Oh, now we're going to Monmouth?
Yeah, the United We'll do the United Nations and call it.
That's a grade 1. Is it still a grade 1?
Yep.
Wow, barely.
I like the United Nations.
Arklow is 8-5 favorite in the grade 1, so it's not like the greatest grade 1.
Who's the favorite here?
Arklow 8-5.
Oh, no.
This is easy, this race.
Yeah?
I actually really like a horse here. I think,
really?
Yeah. It's not a big surprise, but.
Me too.
You go first, Slim.
I got an easy angle here. Okay, I'll let you go.
No, you go first.
Do the intro.
All right. Okay. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. And finally, let's bring it all the way back to Monmouth Park, all the way back to Saturday. We are on Saturday, but back to the race before, to the Haskell race 11, the United Nations. This is the grade 1 with 500K for 3-year-olds and up, going 1 3/8 miles on the turf. I talked about earlier in the Diana, I know these are the male side, but, a lot of horses from that race, even though it's not a Breeders' Cup when you're in, a lot of those horses will be in the Breeders' Cup. I'm not so sure. There's probably a couple in here. Field of 10 lines up for this one. 8-5 on number 1, Arklow. To me, that seems low. You're going to try to beat this horse. You got a couple Chad Browns in here to do so if you want. Who do you guys like?
Go ahead, Slim.
I'm going with the number 10, Tribuvan, Because you know what? Domestic Spending is the best turf horse in America, and he ran second to him in the Manhattan, and Domestic Spending ain't in this race. So that's the easiest angle. I'm going with Tribute Van.
Listen, I think that's a really good pick. I'm skeptical of him, and here's why. He got a perfect trip in that race, right? And I know, his talent carried him a little ways as well, but he got a perfect trip. Nobody was out there. And, he got passed pretty easily by Domestic Spending like most people would, but he just kind of tripped out. I looked at this race. There is a ton of speed in this race. I'm a little worried about him here. I think he's going to go out and kind of be a rabbit. He might set it up for a stablemate of his, the 8 Masterpiece. I think Masterpiece going to come off the pace here. I think he's going to be tough to hold off. Horse is kind of coming into this race pretty well. Chad Brown, a little bit sneaky. Joel Rosario. I like when Rosario's on a closer for Chad Brown. I'm going to go Masterpiece. I like that price of 4-1 as well.
Vinny, who you like?
I actually like Masterpiece as well.
Well, sure.
So I think Masterpiece is. I actually was surprised to see him here. I was kind of hoping he'd be in Saratoga, but I think he fits well. And like Aaron said, there is a ton of speed here, so he should get a very good trip if he's good enough.
Well, my best friend Saratoga Slim once said, "Tribuven." I don't know how you said it, and that's who I'm rolling with. I like this horse too, Slim. I think this horse. I get the fact that it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, and that's one of the angles I thought was like, he's in the race just like he was for Domestic Spending in a sense to set it up. But this horse was really good in the Fort Marcy, came back in the Manhattan. Like you say, he got beat by Domestic Spending. What more do you want? This horse has been very good. Hey, and guess what? Pratt's going to go win 2 races in a row here because he's going to win this and he's going to win with Hot Rod Charlie in the next one. I love the fact that you get Pratt here, which gives you options. What kind of ride you're going to get. This horse can win off, but he's got enough early pace to be close. I don't necessarily think he needs to be on the lead. I like him since without Lasix he's been very good, and then with Lasix he's been really good. So he's a very versatile horse. To me, I like the 10 a little bit better than the 8, but I definitely think to me the biggest thing I could take from this race is I would much prefer to play the 2 Chad Browns, or I guess 3 Chad Browns, than I would play an Arclo at 8-5.
I agree with that. And the fact that the other Chad gets Paco. I mean, Paco is always good for like 3 wins on a card, Monmouth card.
Yeah.
Especially on the big day like this.
Right. Yep. I mean, if you're going to use the other 2 Chads, you might as well use Paco. You might as well throw the other Paco one in too, because that one's going to be the highest price of all of them, and you'd hate to have a $20 Paco horse beat you at Monmouth.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely not playing Arclo there. But you look at the 8, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think I just like the 8. I just think the 2 Chad Browns, the 8 and the 10 to me that's going to be a very similar to the Manhattan in the sense of one's going to go out and one's going to try to run him down. We'll see if he's good enough.
The one thing I'll say about Arclo, if you think a closer's got a shot, well, I mean, if you think a closer's going to win, I guess I should say, well, he can close. I mean, there's no question. So
the thing about the 10, Halterman, you remember? I mean, obviously, I know you remember that race, but it's like he looked really good that day. I mean, Domestic Spending just obviously he's like the best turf horse in the world almost, but he's really, really good. But it's like, damn, this horse is running really well.
Yeah, mid-stretch, you're like, I think he's going to beat him pretty easily, but he's hanging in there, the Tribuvon. So
Tribuvon.
Nick had Tribuvon that day.
Really?
Yep.
He would.
Yep, that's what he does.
Yeah, I said that sounds like a Nick horse for sure that day.
Hey, Jared, Nick had a banana shirt on.
That's what you said earlier.
A bunch of bananas. It was unbelievable.
Yep.
Banana Bros. All right. Anyone with kids understands that joke, but that's off the Crudes. But you don't know what that is. So, Slim, you know the Crudes?
Nah.
No. She's not into that, I'm sure.
He's got a boy, too.
Yeah, but he's way too young for
Yeah, that's
that.
true.
So
He doesn't know any better.
yeah, he's not going to be into that yet. So he might one day. All right, let's wrap this up. 3, 2, 1. So all the time we have, check us out at racedudes.com for our free picks and, of course, our premium selections on our products page with the Get Racing Dudes premium button on the menu at racedudes.com to learn more. Remember that Inside Track, the 2021 Haskell Stakes wagering guide is available right now for download. Go check it out on the products page as well. Features in-depth analysis of all stakes race on the card, including, of course, the Haskell and the United Nations we just talked about. Plus, you'll get stakes analysis at Saratoga on Saturday with the Diana and the Sanford. RaceToDudes.com is your destination site for all free horse racing picks and information. We're on Twitter at RaceToDudes and Instagram and Facebook. Listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, website RaceToDudes.com. Remember, these guys will be at the track this weekend. Slim, Vinny, and of course, Hollisterman will be at the track. So you got to go. If you're going to be there Friday or Saturday, make sure you hit them up on Twitter and go buy them a beer. I'm doing you guys a favor.
Yeah, so the seminar today, they paid us in beer, so I thought that was nice of them.
How many? What was it worth in beer? How many beers was it worth?
Well, we only drank 2, but I think they would have given us as many as we wanted. It seemed that way. He would check by every couple of minutes. So, you guys good? It's like, yeah, we're good. Because I didn't want to get trashed because it was the first time we've ever done that seminar at that place. So,
well, I think
Whitney Day we get trashed, but
Whitney Day is going to be a mess.
Now that we know, yeah.
Whitney Day, I cannot wait. Yes. So now that I know this and I'll be there for Whitney, I'm definitely going to take advantage of the free beer at the seminar. So
yeah,
it'll be like me at the what was that? Was that the Pegasus when I was two-handing Miller Lights? Florida Derby, yeah. That'll be me and stuff in my backpack. Make sure you go check out the Magic Mike show. What they do? They have every time I look, they do another podcast. Magic and John Lees did Del Mar, and of course they did one for Saratoga, the late pick 4 as well. So you want to make sure you go check out the Magic Mike show as well, of course, as Blinkers Off if you want to listen to the final version of this tomorrow. Any final thoughts? You guys will obviously be there. Final thoughts as you guys are the eve of Friday there at Saratoga.
Yeah, first race, gun it, baby. That's it. That's all I have to say. I'm going to take a picture of Gunnet and send it to you, Jared.
Thank you.
That's your boy. That's your boy.
The legend continues tomorrow.
2 races, by the way. 2 races he's ever won.
I looked into PPs. He sold for $2.6 million. He's made $260,000. So he's made 1/10 of the money that he sold for.
That's pretty good.
What's amazing about his story is that day when I can't remember if it was an allowance. You have the PPs out. Allowance or that maiden special weight when he won in December. And, of course, I just got him in the second round that year, and we all thought, oh, my gosh, Jared just got, the steal of the whole draft. And that horse has won 1 race since that day. It's insane.
Yeah, but he's at the spa tomorrow, and what better place to be at the spa tomorrow and really all weekend long. So Gunnet is ahead of the game, when it comes to hit 406, right, Vinny?
Mijos.
He's become a legend.
Mijos. We could buy Mijos for $80,000 tomorrow, man.
Yeah, Mijos first time for Brad Cox tomorrow. I think that'll be an interesting horse. So
winner.
Yeah, there's a lot of good times tomorrow to be had at the track and this weekend. I can't overstate it enough. Just walking in this place, it's good for the soul. It was just amazing being back today.
Yeah, I definitely looked it. So how was the weather?
Perfect.
It was hot.
Perfect.
Hot today.
Don't listen to him. It was perfect.
It was hot.
I sweated my balls
better
off.
than rain.
Yeah, it's better than rain, but it was
hot. It was sticky. It was stickier than usual today.
What kind of bankroll you got going tomorrow, Slim?
Bankroll? I'm going to play the pick 5 and I'm going home.
No, that's a lie. He's a lion.
I'm playing
the early pick 5? You're not even going to stay for
early pick 5, the late pick 5.
I'll play the Samo Bombs early pick 5 ticket, and that's it.
Look at that plug.
Bullshit. No shit.
Maybe Ricky Rockets. Ricky Rockets hit the pick 5 today.
I don't know. Maybe I should play the Ricky Rockets, not the Samo.
Nah, he blew his load too early. He'll be out for the rest of the couple days. So.
Going 40 for 40 in early pick 5s. The greatest handicap and feat in the history of Saratoga.
He's going to earn that name, BDR.
All right. I'll let you guys get back to it. Thank you so much, Vinny and Slim, for joining Blinkers Off. Halterman, go fuck yourself, man. Just,
Well,
I miss you. But no, anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in. Slim, Vinny, I definitely miss you, Slim. Okay, I miss you. Okay, Vinny, I feel like I see Vinny all the time. I never see you. So
Slim, aren't you hooking Jared up with some girl?
Yes. I won't be here Whitney weekend, but I'll make sure
The girl's gonna be here though.
She'll be here. Yeah,
That's good.
that'll be
what
better.
was it you said to me? Like, do you want to like get to know her first, or just is that it's just like a one and done type scenario?
Do you want to like text her or call her? Or just,
I said, give me your information when I get
she doesn't
there.
drink though. That's the problem.
She doesn't drink?
No,
Really?
but she owns a horse. So
She doesn't drink.
she owns a horse and a donkey.
She owns a donkey.
He owns a horse and a donkey, a bunch of chickens, and 2 dogs.
Is she okay with guys who drink a lot?
Yeah, that's just
Okay,
fine.
well, perfect. That's fine. Okay.
Perfect.
Wow.
Is she a mom?
No,
Well, that's not in Halterman. That's not in Halterman's wheelhouse. He's more of a MILF hunter. So
Yeah, Crystal Court's out tonight. I got to get out of here.
all right.
I'm coming, Crystal. I'm coming.
All right. I'm Jared Welch. He's Aaron Halterman. He's Saratoga Slim. And he's Vinny. See you guys.
Oh boy.
Thanks, guys, everybody.
Yeah.